Hello students, today we will study the poem Ozymandias. It is written by Percy B. Shelley. Percy B. Shelley was born on 4th of August 1792 in England and died in July 1822. He went to the Oxford University for his studies. He was a dramatist, novelist and a romantic poet. Okay, so let's see the introduction of this poem. Ozymandias is one of the greatest poems of the renowned poet P.B. Shelley. Ozymandias was a mighty and famous king of Egypt. He got his own statue built. The poet came to know through a traveler that Ozymandias' statue was seen by him in a broken condition. His trunkless statue stands lonely in the desert. Under the statue are inscribed the words, "My name is Ozymandias, King of Kings." Thus, in this poem, the poet brings out the vanity of human pomp and power. Everything in this world is subject to decay. The name and fame of mighty and powerful human beings is short lived. Time may be a great healer, but it is also a merciless destroyer. Here is the poem. I met a traveler from an antique land who said, "Two vast and trunkless legs of stone stand in the desert near them on the sand. Half sunk a shattered visage lies, whose frown and wrinkled lip and sneer of cold command tell that its sculptor well those passions read, which yet survive, stamped on these lifeless things, the hand that mocked them, and the heart that fed. And on the pedestal these words appear.
My name is Ozymandias, King of Kings. Look on my works, ye mighty, and despair. Nothing beside remains. Round the decay of that colossal wreck, boundless and bare, the lone and level sands stretch far away.
Let's begin with the explanation of the poem. In Ozymandias, Shelley describes a crumbling statue of Ozymandias. The poem is a 14-line sonnet. So let's have a look of the explanation of the poem. The poet met a traveler who came from an old land. He told the poet that he saw the remains of a statue in the desert. The two huge legs made of stone stood, and the remaining parts of the statue, that is the upper body part, was missing, and another part of the statue, the face, lay on the sand nearby. It was damaged and broken into pieces. The face of the statue had expressions of displeasure and a taunting smile. The wrinkles and lines of the face were also there. The poet says that the sculptor who had made the statue had read the expressions on the Egyptian king Ramses' face very well, as he was able to copy them onto his statue so accurately. These expressions continued to exist even after the king's death through his lifeless statue. The sculptor's hand copied the king's ruthless expressions and mocked at them well, while the king's stone heart brought out these expressions on his face. Then the poet says that at the base of the statue, the words, "My name is Ozymandias, King of Kings. Look upon my work, ye mighty, and despair," were engraved. The king introduced himself as Ozymandias, the most powerful king. He ordered all the powerful kings of the world to look at the huge statue and feel delighted in front of the mightiest king, Ozymandias. The poet says that now nothing else other than the engraving remains the statue, broken down with the passage of time, and its broken pieces could be seen lying around. The vast desert stretched all around, and it seemed to be endless. The statue of the great king Ozymandias was nowhere to be seen. So that's it. I hope you understood the poem very well. Now you can have a look at some hard words and their meanings. Okay? So stay safe, stay home. Thank you.